We're privileged to have with us as our program presenters Angela Sarkala-Sauer and Andrew Sauer, husband and wife team called the Coffee Artists. For over a decade, they have been painting with coffee and have developed a unique technique of layering coffee on canvas. Their coffee art has received global attention, just like the goats did, and has attracted a strong following. They've been featured in multiple news stories, documentaries, and have been profiled on the Food Network Unwrapped. In addition, these coffee artists have exhibited work recently in Milan and Athens, across the United States, Europe, the United States Embassy in Malawi, Africa. So it is indeed our pleasure to present Andy and Angela Sarkala-Sauer for you. Enjoy.
Well, hello there. Hello. Thank you for having us tonight. I'm Angel Sarkala-Sauer.
And I'm Andrew Sauer.
And we're the Coffee Artists. I grew up in Gilbert, Minnesota, so not far from here. And actually, I have a funny story about this church. I was here probably, I think, 15 or 20 years ago when they used to have the music show on Saturday nights down at the Palo, at the Loon Lake Center. And my mom and I had heard about this music show and we thought, let's go. And we knew that they had a meal of some sort beforehand and then there was music. And so we hadn't been out this way and we kind of were finding our way and we saw all the cars parked out here. And we thought, oh, that must be it. So we pulled in and we came in the door. My mom and I are here and here's your ticket. We knew we had to buy tickets, so we bought our ticket. We sat down at the tables and there was food being served. And we saw a few people that we recognized and we were talking with them and saying, well, where do they have the music later? And they said, well, there's no music here. And then we realized it was a mother-daughter dinner. And so we finished our mother-daughter dinner here and then later went on for the music down the road. But it was really fun and everyone was really welcoming, so thank you. Well, I've been a lifelong artist. I've always been creating and painting and all my life. And when I went on to college, I got a degree in business and marketing, which is kind of odd, but I continued to paint. And that is where I met Andy at the University of Minnesota Duluth.
And I loved art ever since I was a little boy. And then throughout my middle school and high school, friends and sports, they kind of took over my life. And then when I got to college, I thought I wanted to be something like a computer engineer, but found out I wasn't really that great in math, and I still wanted to do something with computers, but I still had this love for art. And my roommate said, well, what do you think about being a graphic designer and an artist? And I said, wow, it combines the best of computers and fine art. And had to go to school to learn to be an artist, not like Angel. She had this natural talent with her all along.
Yeah. So we met, and that's, we were in intro to music class and they said us alphabetically, Sarkala and Sauer. So that's how we got to know each other. But then I was in the school business, so over the course of our college careers, we were in different departments, art and business. And it wasn't until after college that we met. I was working at a magazine and Andy worked at an architecture firm and he decided, he had seen my name in the masthead and I handled the advertising. And so he said, I think that's the same Angel from college, so.
Yeah, so I said, well, I gotta go see if that's the same Angel that I knew. And so I went and hand-delivered the ad, and sure enough, it was Angel, and like, holy cow, what are you still doing in town? So, and we just hit it off there.
And that's when we started dating. So, we always liked going to this coffee shop in West Duluth, Wiener Central, and they always had just fun revolving art. Every month there was a new artist displaying artwork. And we both liked creating art, and so we thought, let's try and do a show here, So we talked to the owner, Jason, and we said, wait, is there any way we could put up an art show? He said, well, let me look at the calendar. Oh, it's pretty full, but I've got one 8 months from now if you'd like. And we said, well, sure, yeah, that sounds good. And then we went to work planning and we thought, oh, it's a coffee shop. What should we do? Could we do something with coffee? So then...
Yeah, we tried drawing with a coffee bean, just like take the coffee bean and sand it down and draw like a pencil, but that didn't work so well.
Yeah, it was just a hard rock and it didn't really do a thing. Okay. Or, well, yeah, so that didn't work. And we tried some other recipes for pastels and things like that. It just didn't work. But we know, and everyone knows, coffee stains. So we thought we'd try it like a watercolor. And that's kind of how it started. Now, Jason at Beaners, he did when we told him this idea of painting with coffee, he said, well, can I see maybe a sample before you put together a whole show on this? You gotta make sure this is kind of what, it's gotta be kind of art, And we're like, okay. So we quickly brushed up a cat or something like that. It was the sketchiest painting I think that we've ever done. But he said, okay, so that's a good thing he was willing to take a chance on us. So with our first art show, we painted with coffee, kind of like a watercolor. We did 30 pieces, and then we thought, oh, I don't know how to price coffee paintings, so we kind of put it really low. And we sold out in the first week, so then we thought, oh good, people do like it, so we'll keep doing it, and we had fun with it. So we've done quite a bit of painting now. It's been well over 10 years. And
Yes, we've been painting longer together than we've been married, so.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, well over 13 years.
Yes.
Yeah. And throughout our painting, we've met so many great and wonderful people, just connecting through art, because it's such a great connector, and everyone loves creativity, whether they're creators themselves or just appreciate creativity in art. And we have definitely had some unique opportunities to travel with our artwork. I got to go with Andy to Finland in Kurika. We got to display our first, was that our first international?
That's our first international show.
International art show. And Kurika is the place where my great-great-grandfather came from. So, and when he came over from Finland. So it was really neat to be in the same town displaying artwork, and it was wonderful and unique though, because the curator of the museum didn't speak any English, and we had a young cousin from Finland who could speak English, and he was standing next to us to translate them. It was very nice. You could tell she was saying very nice things. We kept going on, and then she presented us with flowers, and then kept talking to everyone. And we kept waiting for the translation, and then we look at our cousin, and he looks at us and he says, "She's very happy you're here." So that was the gist of it, I guess. But also, we've had a unique experience. We were invited to display our artwork in Milan, and there we got to be part of Italy's official coffee association display. And so we got to demonstrate our coffee art and display it. And I also got to judge a coffee-flavored gelato competition. I was one of those judges with the paddles giving an 8 or a 4. So that was a unique experience. Also, where else have we been?
We've been to Athens, Greece, and that was a unique experience as well. So it was in an old airport hangar, and they converted that into a convention center. And it was very unique because they still have smoking allowed in convention centers like that too. So after painting 8, 10, 12 hours in this smoke-filled convention, we were just trying to stay focused painting with her too, and it
Our
was
eyes
pretty
are
rough.
watering, and yeah.
Yeah, so that's very unique. So
It was a different
It was a
culture.
challenge.
Yeah,
Different culture.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't experience it any other way. So
Yeah.
it's just such a great opportunity.
Right. And the reception is different. It was different from country to country. We noticed, like in Italy, they liked conceptual, or they're pretty open to a lot of variety of styles, because we can do kind of more conceptual or also realism. We kind of go with whatever we're feeling at the time. And in Greece, they were really only responsive to that realistic kind of painting. They really liked that one best, at least the people that we came in contact with. So it was interesting to see the different reactions to the different styles that we would display. Also, nationally, we've had some fun experiences. Once we were flown down to Birmingham, Alabama for a one-night show at the Museum of Art down there. And another time, Starbucks has contacted us, and they invited us to be a part of the International Coffee Day. So then they flew us out to New York for...
Yeah, and we painted at Starbucks on Broadway near the Lincoln Center. So we spent the morning painting this wonderful piece of work, and it got a lot of good attention from that as well. And it was a really good opportunity just to be painting in New York City.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of unique experiences that way. We also got an interesting contact from the U.S. Art and Embassies program. And the first time we were contacted, we were asked to display artwork in Malawi, Africa. And coffee is their main export, so it was a perfect fit. So we sent artwork over there, and it's on loan for 3 years, and then you get it back. And that was really fun and successful. And the ambassador down there really liked one of our pieces because we did a painting of our Boston Terrier, Gidget, and he had a Boston Terrier. So then after it was done being on loan for 3 years, he purchased that to take with him to Nepal, and it's in Nepal right now. And now we also have artwork in the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, because as you know, Colombia has major coffee exports as well. So it's fun to be a part of that program and have artwork flying all over the world.
And going back to the first time we were asked to do artwork for Malawi, we sent them a selection of different kind of artworks that we had available. And one of them was of a tree frog, and we thought it was a nice painting, whatever. And then we sent that over email to the ambassador. He said, "No, nothing with frogs. Absolutely not. They just had an infestation of frogs, and in Malawi, the last thing they want to see was another frog in the artwork." So I have no idea that would happen. But I thought that was pretty amusing.
Yeah. We have some fun shows that we've been a part of. We've gotten a lot of media attention. So we've been online and in publications and newspapers, but also on a few shows like the Food Network's Unwrapped. We don't have that here today to show you.
usually do the painting together?
Yeah, sometimes we paint together and sometimes we'll paint separately. Funny story, the first art show we had, I'd never had an art show with anyone else or painted with anyone else before. And I was really careful that I did not want to be influenced in any way with my ideas by anyone else. So I said, you paint over there, I'm gonna be over here. Don't tell me about any of your ideas or any of your paintings that you're working on until I'm finished. And it was really tough not to hear what he's working on and to focus on just my painting. And after we did the show, I said, I don't think I'm gonna do this ever again with you because that's just not good. And then we've done so many shows since, so we got used to working together. And it's actually really nice to work together and bounce ideas off each other and trust each other when we're talking about the different ideas we have. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? So it's really, really nice.
And it's also very unique too to have two signatures on one canvas, and it's a nice collaborative work too. And I think that's very unique, and paint with somebody you love too, I think it's extra special. So it's a lot of fun.
Sometimes it does happen though. I like to drink coffee while I paint too, so I've accidentally taken the wrong cup or dipped into my cup. So it's really not, it's so concentrated, some of it, that it's really not tasting very good at that point. So that is a hazard of painting with coffee and drinking coffee at the same time.
And it's getting back to the basics too. I mean, it's very simple. It's just your canvas, your brushes, and coffee. And it goes back to almost like the Renaissance, where the artists had to make their own pigments and paintings. So just getting back to that notion, simplicity of it. Yeah. I think that's very appealing as well.
So you got a hint of our next step that we've been taking with our artwork, and that's creating animations of our art. So a new way for people to enjoy our artwork. So Andy's gotten this technique down where you can bring the coffee art to life and have movement and fun added to it. So it's just another way to take our paintings and give them another life. So Andy's going to show you a few. So this is the painting we did while Minnesota Original was filming us, and then Andy animated it afterward. Well, that is all we have for you today, but we are happy to answer any questions. Does anyone have any questions?
Are you selling your artwork now?
Oh yeah, we sell our artwork. We'll display different exhibitions and shows in various places, sometimes in coffee shops or restaurants, other times in regular gallery venues, and also always online at our website, coffeeart.com, so we sell them online as well. And we sell prints and originals and that sort of thing.
Well, there are some for sale.
Oh yeah, and we do have some prints available for sale in the other room, and some note cards as well. Yeah.
So after you've eaten, you can check them out.
Yes.
Do you do like pictures if somebody brought you something?
Oh, absolutely.
Do something?
Yeah, we've done a lot of custom art orders. Yeah, people will contact us. We've done dogs for people or family members. We actually had someone contact us. Where were they from for the engagement?
Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Yeah, from Brazil, someone contacted us and asked us to do a painting of him and his girlfriend, and he was going to give her the painting and propose. Oh. And she said yes. That was good. Yeah. So we've had some fun custom orders that we've gotten to do too.
Yes. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, and we'll be around. So.